Good morning. My name is Johnny Rogers. I'm a student at Liberty University, and the purpose for this video is to meet requirements of HSCO 511. I've started an addiction support group at our church, Faith Baptist Church in Prince George, Virginia. We meet Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. We meet for 1 hour, and thus far we've had 2 sessions. The participants in this group are church members whom I worship with, some of which I've known for many years, others I've known for less time. All of the group have suffered or is currently suffering from the impact of addiction involving a family member or friend. The express purpose of this group is to provide support and encouragement for individuals struggling with how to manage their loved one's addiction in the light of God's Word. We're using Celebrate Recovery's 12-step model, which is very familiar to Al-Anon's and AA's 12-step, but draws exclusively, as I said, from the inspiration of God's Word. Additionally, some of Al-Anon's material is incorporated. There were no diversions from our first meeting's purpose. There was a wrinkle when an addicted family member who was not part of the pre-group discussion arrived and participated. Prior to the second meeting, a discussion with the addicted family member took place, explaining the support function of the group, and the suggestion was made that a therapeutic group may be more efficacious for his recovery needs. The addicted family member came to this realization himself and elected not to return to the group. In terms of group dynamics and content, due to the unplanned participation of the aforementioned addicted family member, there was some obvious signs of tension in the room. The wife of the addicted family member and our pastor's wife were displaying some signs of tension and nervousness in their body language. I was able to break some of that tension with a round where each participant spoke about themselves. As the group progressed, I initiated a word phrase round asking each member to describe their feelings about their home situation in just a few words. My intent was to draw out from the members and gain a picture of what their lives are currently like while living with the addicted family member or friend. The responses from the members were very telling. Words like anger, overwhelmed, helpless, fearful, tired were expressed and used. I was able to link these words with the others in the group who, by their body language, demonstrated a connection with these emotions and thoughts. While one of the members was speaking, an opinion on whether addiction was a disease or not was expressed. This was outside of the current scope of the group discussion, and I could see the direction of this discussion taking the group in an undesired direction. I quickly intervened with a cutting off technique and redirected back to our current discussion on feelings connected with coping with addiction. I stated that we would come back to that thought in our second session, and indeed we did in session 2. The response from the group following the sessions was overwhelmingly positive. Several of the group expressed sincere gratitude for starting the group and thought participation in the group would help and support their needs. This was great encouragement to me and confirmation that the group was both needed and wanted. They were not just there to help me with a school assignment. In terms of self-assessment, I'm pleased and proud to be facilitating a group with a population whose need has gone largely unmet and unwanted for so long in our local church and indeed in the community. My anxiety level was high, to say the least, and I would say that I was nervous, and that probably demonstrated itself, but I spent considerable time preparing. Still, I felt a little underwhelmed or a little unprepared. In the first meeting, I feel that it would have been helpful to have some topics ready for the group in the event that the discussion stalled. There were a few moments in our hour together where a topic may have been useful. This was, of course, corrected in the second session as a short lecture on addiction etiology was presented. The round mentioned earlier did jumpstart the discussion. But we were not fully able to discuss those topics due to time constraints. So in retrospect, I may have done that a little differently. Conversely, the round was extremely effective, and it helped me link feelings expressed by some of the other members to the group, and keeping the group focused on topic at hand, I think, was reasonably managed. So in conclusion, and in terms of application, what were the takeaways? The importance of preparation can't be overstated. A detailed plan with topics, using the last session as a springboard, and anticipating likely discussions and questions. It is, of course, impossible to prepare for every contingency, and I realize that, but I feel preparation time should have probably been doubled in this particular instance, and indeed in the second session it was. Develop a plan. Number 2, develop a plan for those who arrive unannounced and are not well suited for the group. I did an adequate job of explaining our purpose and intent for the group in our introduction. Still, the participation of this one aforementioned individual sort of had a cooling effect on the discussion, at least initially. Better mental preparation for that type of scenario would have helped, I think. And then number 3, the use of exercises absolutely needs to be incorporated, and I'm becoming more versed in exercises as we're covering that section currently in our material. I definitely see their function and purpose. An exercise will be incorporated in the next session. So in conclusion, I came home that night from the first session just brimming with excitement and enthusiasm. I stated to my wife, I think I finally now understand what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I believe God has a plan and a purpose for all of us, and it is our responsibility to pursue and prayerfully seek His guidance and wisdom in helping and enabling us to do that which He has called us to do. I'm excited for this group, and I hope God uses it and me going forward to grow and expand this group so that we can be a help to those who are hurting. Thank you.